I want to get to a story now in Health Watch. Last week, Raleigh-native Tyrek Coger collapsed after basketball practice at Oklahoma State and died. The medical examiner's office says Coger died from an enlarged heart. Now, this is not the first time we reported on a sudden death like this in an athlete. To tell us more, we brought in our medical expert, Dr. Kevin Campbell. Good morning, doctor. We know you didn't treat him, but what can you tell us about it at this point?
You know, the most common cause of sudden cardiac death in an athlete is an enlarged heart. It's called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. What happens is the ventricle or the pumping chamber of the heart gets really, really thick and can cause dangerous heart rhythm disorders called ventricular tachycardia, which can lead to sudden death. There are other causes of sudden death in athletes, but that accounts for about 50% of the causes in athletes.
So it's my understanding he didn't know he had this, right? So what can parents do? What are the symptoms, if there are any?
You know, first of all, if your child develops extreme shortness of breath or chest pain, gets dizzy or lightheaded, or in worst cases passes out while they're exercising, then that's a big red flag that you need to talk to your pediatrician or physician about. If you have a family history of people in your family dying suddenly from unexplained causes at very early ages, that again is a real red flag. And you know, some of this is genetic, so I think it's important to understand these risk factors to protect your children.
And what are the screening tests? You know, what do you do if you see these symptoms?
You know, first of all, for high school athletes and college athletes, everybody has to have a history and physical exam with a board-certified physician. You know, a lot of the colleges now are doing electrocardiograms, which are, you know, electrical tracings of the heart, as well as ultrasounds called echoes, which look at the structure and function of the heart. In high school athletes, the American College of Cardiology recommends that we only do EKGs along with the history and physical exam. So.
Okay, great advice. And if you want to know more, just go to our website, WNCN.com, go to the news tab, then click on Health with Dr. Campbell. Steph?